Let's build a completely functional and amazing looking website using artificial intelligence. In this video, we're going to cover the start to finish process of building that AI generated website using a tool like MidJourney to create all of our artwork and all of our concepts. We're going to pull out all the assets we need and then start building our website in a no-code tool like Webflow. And then we'll top it off by using a little ChatGPT to write all of the content for our website. Okay, let's start out in MidJourney, which is basically a big Discord server that allows us to do text-based prompts here inside of any one of your rooms. I'm inside of a newcomer room. I'm going to come down to the chat prompt area. I'm going to type in /imagine, and that's going to allow me to insert my text-based prompt. Now, I have to start thinking about what type of website I want to create, and I already have an idea. I want to create a women's luxury skincare website. So I've added that part of the prompt, and I've just separated with a comma. I'm going to highlight a few keywords for my prompt, like web design, UI, UX, luxury, organic, and I even threw in a couple colors like modern and peach. When I'm ready to do that using that /imagine prompt, I just press enter, and you can see as MidJourney is generating other people's prompts, it does this in stages, in steps. So we'll be able to see ours actually come through in stages and steps as well. For instance, you can see it's currently at about 0%. And this is the processing of my image. Now, when we get done with our image, we're gonna get a couple options like everybody else is getting here. And this is to actually upscale number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or give me more versions of number 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right, MidJourney has finished creating our concepts and our layout and artwork. Let's just zoom in and see what it's given us. It's actually given us some pretty cool stuff to work with. Different types of layouts. It's generated products for us like on the fly, which is pretty cool. It used some of those colors that I prompted it, but it is kind of like all mixed up, right? Different types of layouts. So if we want to, we could version off of one of these that we really like maybe, or we could try our prompt again. I'm going to go back down and say /imagine, and I'm going to put all of this in, except at the end, I'm going to type female model. Something like that, and then let's try generating that again. All right, MidJourney has finished round 2 of our concepts, and this time we were like heavily featuring like some sort of like model or some sort of talent on screen. And this is actually pretty cool looking. You can see how it might have like a navigation up top. It has like some sort of large headline and a call to action, and it has 3 sort of points down here. Now at this point, you can continue to evolve your prompt, add certain keywords, take certain things away until you get a direction that you really, really enjoy, and you want to use that as the foundation of your website. I actually continued to evolve my prompt until I got something that I really, really enjoyed, which was this layout. I liked the model there. I liked the typography and the navigation up top. It also gave me some really cool section down below that have some of those products. So I've gone ahead and I've downloaded that, and I'm going to make sure that I open that with Photoshop just so I can pull certain assets out of it. I'm going to unlock my layer and I'm going to go to work, because what I really want to do is just make sure that I get certain things out of this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy the layer, and this is where you would actually need a design tool just to pull out some of those things you might need, and that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm basically just removing all typography by erasing or masking out elements, and then I'm using the slice tool to grab those images. All right, with our template open, the first thing I notice is that my header image is not expanding all the way to the left and right hand edges. That's really easy to do. We're just going to go inside the section because that section has some padding on it. We'll grab that intro header. We're just going to move it up and out of the section, and boom, now all of a sudden it is full width. Next, I'm going to upload all of my assets. So let's click on the media kind of assets bin, and we'll grab all of our assets and just drag those inside. We're going to use all of those here in a second. I'm on the intro header. The first thing I want to do is just kind of scroll down and find the backgrounds here. I'm going to head back over to Photoshop and just notice that I have this kind of light peach color. I'm going to grab the hex value for that light peach color, and I'm just going to insert it in the background. I'm going to delete the image. You can see now we have that light peach color right in there. Let's go ahead and add our featured image inside, shall we? We have an image selected, and I'm going to choose which image. We'll pick our model, and let's just make sure that we do not tile. We're going to shoot it over to the far right, and then we're going to contain the image there. So now it's living on the right-hand edge, and as we kind of like ebb and flow our browser in a responsive nature, our model is going to ebb and flow with it, which is really, really nice. All right, next up we had the typography that was in our layout. So we have like some sort of major headline and some sort of body copy and a nice rounded kind of pill style button that's in this color. So I'm gonna grab that hex. I'm gonna come back into our website and we have those elements here, but everything is center aligned. So why don't we just click the entire container that it's in and you can see everything is center aligned. I'm just gonna left align everything and my button as well. I'm gonna make sure I grab everything and just left align everything. Our text box is actually only 80%, and so that's why things were getting kind of thrown off here a little bit. I'm gonna take this entire container, this intro content, and I'm gonna shrink the width of it a little bit, and I'm actually gonna dictate where this thing lives by making it position absolute. And then we just want to make sure that our intro header is of a position relative. Now, anything that's absolute is in relation to its parent container. So with that being said, I'm going to come back down to my positioning here, and I'm just going to move it like so. We can actually put 0 on the left-hand side, and it'll push right over there to the left-hand edge. And why don't we try giving it like 20, 40, maybe 100 pixels. Let's go back to something like 60 or 40. That feels like it's almost aligned with our headline above, which feels pretty good for now. I'm also going to come into my headline here. I'm going to make sure that my headlines are dark and that my body copy also is dark. And I'm going to grab my button as well and make sure the background for my button is not white, but instead we have that darker color, just like so. And we're going to round the corners to those buttons. So why don't we grab the border radius of it and round the corners. We'll even go above that, so it's a nice pill-shaped button. And it looked like this was even like a, not really like actually black inside, but had more of that darker kind of like peachish color inside. And we're even getting some built-in kind of like hovers out of it. They're already kind of like baked in, which is pretty nice. From here, I'm just adjusting the size and positioning of everything inside of my hero area. And then I'm going to go into the main navigation and adjust that button as well so it matches the rest of my site. I drop down to the lower section, that second section, and I'm removing the content and adjusting the margin of padding, adding that darker blush background so that I can establish a 3-column layout that's flexbox. And with that 3-column layout, I'll then be able to insert all of my typography and my images. And choose my image, and why don't we choose our first product? That's beautiful. I'm going to copy that, click column 3, and so I have that same image, but this time I'm going to replace it with my next image, and they just pop right in there. They're looking pretty good, and we can preview our website. And it's looking pretty awesome. It's looking pretty amazing. We could definitely do a little bit more to this design, but why don't we just take a second and fill it in with some content from ChatGPT. I'm over on ChatGPT. I've started a new chat. I'm just gonna say, I need you to write me headline and body copy options for a luxury skincare brand website homepage. Please show me 3 variations of each in table form. And apparently I did all of that in caps lock, but that's okay because it knows what I need. So here GPT is spitting out some headline variations and body copy variations. It's putting it all in that table form for me so I can see it. And this is really easy now for me to kind of contrast and compare which ones I like better. I like this one that says unleash your inner glow. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, jump back over, and just paste that in. Actually, I really like the matching body copy for that one, so I'm just gonna grab that and bring that over. And what I might do to just drop it down a little bit is get rid of this. I'll put that excess body copy that we had, and then I'm gonna grab one of these other headlines and just pop it inside here. And now we have that looking pretty good. And let's do one more thing. Give me 3 options for brand names for this company. I love it. ChatGPT is giving me options for my actual company name for this website. The first option they have is Lumière Luxe, which is, it incorporates the French word for light, evoking a sense of radiance and luxury. I like that one. Why don't we just take that one for now? We're gonna get rid of the image in there and instead just place a headline. We'll drop it down to something like a headline 3, and we'll put in the brand name there. We'll get rid of this logo and just keep it in a similar style. So this one was using Volcorn for the text. Actually, this one now is using something that I really like here, which is Montserrat. So why don't we actually come back down here and we're just going to make a choice on the fly, which is to use Montserrat and go a little bit more on that sans serif side of things. I'll bring this text down just so everything fits in there really, really nicely. And the last little thing I need to do is just round the corners on this button so that it matches the rest of them. And I think that looks pretty good. We have a website with custom artwork and imagery. It's responsive. It is ready to launch. It has great content and a new brand name written by ChatGPT, and everything works on all device sizes. That's it. That's the start to finish workflow of using AI tools like MidJourney and ChatGPT and no-code tools like Webflow to actually launch real deal websites. They're responsive, they work well, they look good, and it all started by using the talent and the power of AI. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I do lots of videos about design, no-code tools, and AI tools just like this one. So maybe stick around by hitting that bell notification icon so you know when more videos like this one come out. Check the description down below for links to all the tools that I used in this video so you can start applying them right now. And if you have questions, leave those down in the comments. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. I hope you're having an amazing week. I hope you're designing amazing things, making amazing things, and using the power of AI to extend your creative capabilities. See you in the next one.